Hey everybody, welcome back to Tractors, Land, and Shop Time. I'm in my workshop here in town and I've got my 3038E parked here for the winter months with my snowblower on so I can clear out the driveway a little bit when needed. Haven't needed it a whole lot this winter because it's been pretty good, but I've got the tractor sitting here behind me and I thought I'd just give you a quick tour around it to show you some of the improvements and things that I've done to it, because I kind of like to add on to it and just tinker around with it. I have fun doing that sort of thing in the shop because I like spending time in the shop. So let's take a look at some of the improvements or add-ons that I've done to it. Of course, if you've got a 3 Series tractor, you know the seats are okay, but it's a rough ride. You can get this seat here that I have. It's a suspension seat. This is actually on the John Deere 5 and 7 Series mowers, but it's got way better springs, softer, it's got the armrests, all around a way more comfortable seat and a much better cushioned ride. That's a definite upgrade that I would recommend doing if you spend any time on your tractor at all. Another thing I put on, of course, was the light guards, because otherwise you just got plastic sticking out here, and if you're working in trees or near anything like that, eventually you're going to probably break one of those off. So this is like the grill guard. It's going to pay for itself. Plus it gives you a spot to mount some work lights. So I've got front and then rear work lights added, and those help out immensely for working after hours. I did add on these mirrors. Now these are John Deere mirrors. I don't know why they don't make an option or a bracket for something like that on these tractors. I had to manufacture my own brackets, and I welded them to the ROPS because we all know you don't want to be drilling holes in your ROPS bar, weakening it. So I sort of manufactured my own brackets. It's not the greatest job in the world that I did, but anyway, it's a good project, and the mirrors are really nice. Of course, they extend out, and yeah, it's a great addition. And I added hydraulics. I put on the Summit hydraulics kit. You can get these on, I think, as many as possibly just one set of remotes. I went with 4 so that I can have multiple things running. Like I've got a top link, tilt link, and then right now I've got my snowblower on. So this, of course, would be for the chute rotation and then the spout height. So that runs all that. Quick hitch is another thing I would strongly advise getting. I've got these brackets here from hitch hanging brackets from GoodWorks tractors. I've got these brackets from GoodWorks tractors. They're like hitch hanger brackets that go on the quick hitch. Mine, I don't know. I had some 70-pound weights on there initially, so 3 of those, that's quite a bit of weight. And the bracket sort of bent and it wasn't great, so I ended up just welding mine on there. So it's attached permanently now. It's not going anywhere. But that's what I've got on there. You can hang some extra weights on there for some extra ballast on your rear 3-point arms, because you know there's no down pressure there. So this gives you some more weight on those 3-point arms. All right, the other side of the tractor here now, I've got my hydraulic top link, game changer, and I've also got my hydraulic side link. That is so nice to be able to adjust those on the fly from the tractor seat for hooking up implements, working with box blades, graders, your bush hog, whatever. I don't think I'll ever own another tractor that doesn't have hydraulic top and tilt. I also put these custom-made draft links on. You know the draft links that come on the tractor are the old turnbuckle style, and they're just not that ideal. They're hard to use. These, I had to order them specific to the tractor, but they're a lot nicer, keeps things from the hitch from sliding back and forth, and just keeps it solid, and you can keep that exactly where you want it. Up on top of the ROPS here, I've got another camera mounted, just like I have up front. So this gives me a front and rear view camera, but they are magnetic, so you can take them off and move them around, mount them really wherever you want them to be at. I've got one of those emergency flasher lights up top, just got that off of Amazon, relatively inexpensive. I don't use that a lot, but once in a while I do live along a highway that has a fair amount of traffic out there, so when I'm mowing the ditch or something like that, I have that on just for a little bit of extra added visibility. Fire extinguishers. You never know what's going to start on fire, where it's going to start on fire. So it's kind of handy to have something like that on your tractor. I've actually got 2 of them. Never needed them, knock on wood, but it's just something I feel better having with me. These brackets here, you just pull this pin and then this comes right off. Super easy to use, and I would recommend having some of those. All right, here's my monitor for my cameras. And so like I say, the cameras are wireless. The monitor has to be plugged into power. So I've got that going over to the fuse block, and it turns on when I turn the key on. It's on one of the fuses that turns on with the key. So the monitor will come on that way, and when the monitor goes on, it automatically will power on the cameras. After you turn the monitor off or the tractor off, the cameras are on yet for about a minute, and then they will automatically power off on their own as well. Okay, handholds. I've mounted these on both sides of the tractor. I don't get on and off this side of the tractor much. This one I don't use as much, but I do have one on the other side as well. On the 300E loader, there is no place to mount these. This is flush, so I did make up a little piece of metal, welded that in here so I'd have a mount, and then I mounted the handles on there. And that has really been a nice addition, especially for that other side getting on and off the tractor. The no problem sticker, there's quite a story behind that, and I don't think I really want to go into that right now, but let me know in the comments if you want to hear that story. We can definitely go over that at some point. This is a saw haul for hauling your chainsaw around. The scabbard is removable, really easy, so if you don't want that riding around with you, you can take it out. Bracket stays on the tractor. It mounts the same as the toolbox on the other side. And then when you want to use your saw, you can put that in there and the saw just slides right down on the top. I also added 2 wheel weights per side, so a total of 4 of them. Just give me a little bit of extra weight on the back here. I would like to load my tires eventually. I didn't before because I've hauled this tractor on a trailer a lot. And the trailer I had was a little bit light, and I didn't think I could carry the weight. I wanted stuff that's removable, which is why I had the weight brackets on the quick hitch and then removable weights on the wheels. I've also got the vented front axle dipstick so that you don't build up pressure and blow out your seals on your front axle. And we all know the hood release on these is not the best design because you've got to have your key or whatever, thanks to the Europeans as I understand it, but something to stick in there to release it. This is a 3D printed product. I got it off of Amazon, but it's just a push button, so you can do the push button and release the hood that way. Okay, and then I just wanted to power on the monitor real quick and show you. This is the camera that I've got mounted up front on the forks. It's pointed down at my receiver hitch, so you can see right now, this is the view I have from my tractor seat, because if you've got that on there and you're trying to pull up to a trailer, you cannot actually see that to hook it up without probably getting off the seat. But this allows you to pull right up to the trailer and see when your ball and hitch are lining up, and you can hook that up and lift it up, move the trailer, and then drop it, all without getting off the seat. Here's the hydraulic controls for the hydraulics there in the back. This is also part of the Summit kit that comes with all the remotes there that you saw. I've just got those mounted on a bracket that mounts up to the ROPS system right there, and so you can just control whichever circuit you're working with there. All right, and this isn't really the tractor itself, it's my bucket, but I did add bucket hooks, a couple different options there for hooks on the top of my bucket for using chains, need to lift something up or anything like that. So I swapped out the hydraulic arms on the loader for Hydros Plus hydraulic arms. And of course, if you're gonna do them, you make sure you do all of them. So it's 4 of them all the way around, but it dramatically increases the lifting capacity of your loader. I think standard is around maybe just short of 1,200 pounds. This adds probably, I'm gonna guess another, somewhere between 800 to 1,000 pounds more that you can lift with this, roughly. That's a guess. I guess I don't know for sure, but I know it adds a lot. It can lift way more than it did before. So great addition. It's not super cheap addition, but it's a really nice addition. All right, well, that's going to do it for my tour of my 3038E and all the improvements that I've done to it. Hopefully you get some ideas off of it of things that you might want to do to your tractor, whether it's a 38E or some other model, or even not even a John Deere for that matter. But hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Hey, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Drop me some comments on what you like about it, what you don't like, or what you've done to your tractor. And hey, please hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, and I'd love to have you join me for more videos in the future. Thanks a lot. See you later, everybody.